Welcome, everyone, to a piece of college football history as we crown this season's national champion. There's been so much that's gone into getting here, twists and turns, and now it builds to this, the battle for supremacy. And these two teams have survived the expanded playoff grind. They have battled through a regular season, multiple playoff victories, all sorts of challenges and adversity, and they've arrived at this moment, the battle for that precious trophy. As we'll see the number 6 seed in this playoff, the Virginia Tech Hokies, taking on another ACC team, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here as always by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, everything has been building to this. It's time for the national championship. Let's crown a champion. The kickoff team is out there, and you can feel the energy. One game to determine the national championship. And the returner elects to fair catch it, no return. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Handoff here from the shotgun. Breaking free at the 35. Tackle's made, but not before he makes the 43-yard line. This drive is going now.
Good tough running here by this Miami Hurricane running back. A nice job up front to be able to pave the way, to be able to come up with a Canes first down. And the way he's playing right now, all those famous alumni that Miami have, got to be watching this game and being very proud.
Keen on the first play, moves it to the 43. It'll be first down. And the quarterback dropping back. Escapes the pocket. Slides to avoid the big hit.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, of which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
And he will be stuffed for no gain.
But that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fit, holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. And he's able to find some room before they finally bring him down.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice solid gain.
That run sets up a critical third down play. They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. So their first drive of the game, they're going to go for it on fourth down. Aggressive start. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. Trying for a fourth down completion. Makes the catch, and that is enough for a first down. They've got him, but they convert on fourth down, and the drive keeps going.
Well, Chris, here's an example of what we always talk about. On fourth down, the receiver's got to run a route beyond the sticks. Great awareness to know exactly where he is. Quarterback makes the throw. Receiver gets hit, but he's beyond the sticks for the first down.
They're going to run the option. They'll toss it to the back. They'll make it into the end zone. Touchdown, Canes. Some of the crowd hasn't even settled in. We got points on the board. Buckle up, Kirk.
I mean, this is amazing. This is exactly how you envision it, with the long layoff, the hype, the pressure, all the interviews you've done, and to be able to start off with an opening drive and a touchdown, couldn't have scripted it any better.
But they'll try to add the lead now with the PAT. PAT is good, so it's 7-0. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. He's going to return it from near the goal line. And they've got the returner corralled. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Handoff to the back. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
They stop him, but it's a first down.
Boy, good tough running here by this Virginia Tech running back. The offensive line did their job to give him just enough room there to be able to get vertical and pick up valuable yards and keep this drive alive.
And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. Makes the first down, but pays a price. Big hit there at the end.
Boy, what an accurate throw here by this Virginia Tech quarterback. And you and I, over the years, have seen a lot of great quarterback play when it comes to throwing the football. Michael Vick, of course, could make those throws. Tyrod Taylor, Brian Randall, Jim Druckenmiller. Was a great quarterback play and lofty standards to try to live up to.
Second down after that run on the previous play. And he drops back in the gun. Quarterback escapes the pocket. He's going to take off here. Breaks loose at the 40. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. The Hokies with first and 10 here. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. Tackle made at the 26-yard line. This offense getting closer to the red zone.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? I think just opened up the back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on first down.
Looking to throw it on first down. Grab behind the line. It's Jennings. And a big game before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Chris, how about the offensive balance these last couple of plays we're seeing from these guys? Not only are they balanced, but the explosiveness. Big run followed up by a big play through the air and puts a lot of pressure on this defense.
Gets rid of it on the move. Receiver makes the grab. Tackle after the catch, but the ball moves to the 4-yard line. Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. Fights his way in for the score. Touchdown, Hokies. So a long, methodical scoring drive. Great execution. Championship pressure, Kurt.
Man, this is the biggest stage that you can play on. You're in the national championship, and drives like that are going to wear down the opponent physically and mentally. This wasn't an accident. They were very intentional on how they worked their way down the field, and it pays off in the end.
Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Comes the Miami offense back out onto the field. Great possession last time. They punch it into the end zone. Can the defense come up with a stop this time? They give it to the receiver on a jet sweep. Breaking free at the 35. They bring him down, but he makes the 40-yard line. That's a solid game.
The defense has got to do a better job with their eyes. They are so locked in on the speedster quarterback that they're forgetting about the jet sweep or the handoff to the outside. Losing contain, and it cost him here in a big way.
After second effort, he's brought down, but he's past the marker.
How about that offensive line? That's just getting a hat on a hat, opening just enough room for the back to be able to get through there for a big gain.
It's a first and 10 play coming up for the offense. Receiver in motion now. First down, why not keep it on the ground? Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Second down play coming up. Looking to pass this time. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Boy, really nice job by this defense. Not only do they pressure the quarterback and get after him, but I don't think they tipped their hand with their coverage. They actually waited to the last possible second to bracket this receiver, and it almost paid off for an interception.
Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. On third down, he drops to throw. Oh, nice play by the defender. Got a hand in there to break up the pass.
Boy, it looked like the quarterback had everything that he needed there. Had great protection. Receiver ran a nice route. Just not able to convert there on that third down. Let's see what their decision is on fourth down coming up.
Fourth down, looking to throw for it. Looking for his big tight end. Downfield and incomplete. A fourth down stop.
Oh, my gosh. A drop pass here on this fourth down play. Everything was perfect. The execution is there. The route is nice. The ball is on the money. All he has to do is catch it, and it's a first down, and he drops it. This one could come back to haunt him.
He's past the marker and still going. Oh, and he fumbles. The ball carrier lands on it and gains enough for a first down.
The offensive staff just took a collective sigh of relief. But I'd still anticipate that someone's going to pull that ball carrier aside, give him a couple choice words on the importance of ball security.
And the single back takes the handoff. Finds room at the 30. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down.
It was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he was able to get downfield for the first down.
How aggressive will they be on this first down play? Here's the snap, looking to throw here. Here's a shot toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. They'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT puts them in front by 7. Now they get set to kick it away. Returner decides to fair catch this. And the Miami offense is back on the field. Defense got a big fourth down stop in the last possession. Let's see what happens here. You start the drive with a quick throw to the left side. And heads out of bounds after a decent gain.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback, then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Looking to scramble now. And the runner steps out of bounds, but does have enough yardage to pick up the first down. So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. Here comes a handoff. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Christine, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. The Hurricanes keep the football on the move. On first and 10 here, we're going to throw the ball. It's intercepted, tried to fire it into a tight window. Can he take it all the way? At the 20, crosses the 10. Return to pick 6. Touchdown, Hokies. Try to add the lead now with the PAT. There's the snap. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He's looking to throw. And he makes the grab. A successful two-point try. And they bump the lead up even more. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. return man decides to signal fair catch. And the Hurricanes offense retakes the field. They moved the ball in the last possession, but a devastating end of the drive, a pick six. And they recover from that right now. They test the middle of the defense, but get nothing. Here's the second down play. Quick throw. That's an RPO caught on the left side. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. First down and 10 now. Off the play fake, looking to throw. It's a quick grab. Breaks loose at the 40. Forced out of bounds after a big gain. This offense set up with a first down.
Boy, a huge play by this offense. A good throw, a nice accurate throw. But I think it's the run after the catch that really impresses me. And early in this game, you got to think they're going to continue to go back to him until this defense shows that they can slow him down.
He's brought down at the 6. The offense will have first and goal right there.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
The Hurricanes trying to punch it in. It's first and goal. Looking to chuck it again. Trying to extend the play. Pass caught. Can he get in? And he steps out of bounds just short of the end zone. Couldn't quite get there.
Well, Chris, it's a nice positive game, but let's face it. You're in the national championship. They've got to find a way to get this ball into the end zone.
Second and goal for the offense. Here's the option play. The back's got to run the pitch. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricanes.
And that's another touchdown for this guy. This defense better adjust and get eyes into that backfield, or he may go for a third or a fourth later today.
Now the try for the two-point conversion. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. He's escaping the pocket now. And they've got him behind the line. There is a penalty marker, but if it's on the offense, it'll be a change of possession. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. They'll return it from inside the 5. Tackled at the 22. Good job by the coverage team. And the Hokies offense is back out on the field. Remember, last time they scored a touchdown. Can they keep clicking here, or will the defense come up with a stop? On first and 10, they'll look to throw it. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Stop at the 43, but that's enough to make a first down.
What a great throw here by the quarterback from Virginia Tech to be able to pick up the first down. He was able to make the right read. Nice route by the receiver. Puts the ball right on the money. They're able to move the sticks.
And from the shotgun, an inside handoff. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
How about this run here by this Virginia Tech running back to be able to pick up this first down? And, man, they've had a lot of speed over the years in that backfield at Lane Stadium. Kevin Jones and David Wilson and Lee Suggs. And now we're seeing this young man today being able to run the football very similar fashion.
The Hokies lining up here on first and 10. And the single back takes the handoff. 5-yard gain, so it's second and 5.
Chris, it's pretty surreal to get to the national championship in this day and age of college football. When everybody wants to spread you out and throw the football, this offense has been pounding the rock all year long. And here, how about in the first half, this back is having a big day.
That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no flag, brings up third down.
Chris, that's a classic case of predetermining what to do with the football. You've got this incredibly talented receiver, arguably the best athlete on the field. I get it. You want to get him the football, but throwing into double coverage, that's a no-no and a great way to throw picks.
There's the wide receiver coming in motion now. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Got a lane. Can he get in? Touchdown, Virginia Tech. This offense is still clicking. Now the all-important extra point. After the PAT, the lead is now 16 points. Getting set to kick the ball off now. And he fields it inside the 15. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. And here comes the Miami offense back out onto the field. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. And it's incomplete on the throwaway. Didn't find anybody open. Brings up a second down now.
Man, the defense took everything away from him. What do you expect him to do? He can't force the ball into traffic and potentially throw the interception. Does a good job of getting out of the pocket, away from the pressure, and just throw the ball away. See what happens on this next down.
There's the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Looks downfield and connects with a wide open wide receiver. Out of bounds, but not before a huge gain. Offense gets a fresh set of downs. Big chunk play. This offense operating at peak efficiency. Thrown quickly, caught in the right flat. Physical run earns the first down.
That's another positive game here for this offense, and this defensive coordinator is going to have to make some kind of adjustments to get this quarterback out of his rhythm. It's the national championship, man. You've got to take chances and mix up your coverages because right now what you're doing just isn't working.
And the Canes churn out another first down. Grab behind the line. It's Richardson. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
Second down play coming up for this offense. Hand off to the right side. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. And now the defense will call a timeout here. There's something they didn't like about that look, and they'll make an adjustment for this important play. So now from the 29, it's third down and short. Let's see what the play call is going to be here. Already in field goal range, but of course thinking touchdown. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Receiver makes the catch. Tackle, but first down.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on third down, get him the ball.
Now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here. A solid first down gain sets the ball up close to the goal line. Can they finish it off here on second and goal? And brought down at the line with that big defensive tackle. And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here. No gain on second down. Can they punch it in here? Third and goal from the 2. Keep it on the ground, trying to power in for the touchdown. The defense all over it. They stop it right at the line.
But they got to be thinking about a touchdown here. And I know it's fourth down, but because of the hole that they've dug themselves here in this first half, you got to consider taking a chance here and putting the touchdown up on the board. I think it's worth it.
Big play for both teams. Can the offense punch it in? Fourth and goal from the 2. And a timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. one more play before they head to the locker room. On the ground, trying to muscle it across the line. Muscles across the goal line. Touchdown, Miami. Who says he needed explosive plays, Kirk? That was a long, grinding scoring drive.
And think about this. This is a national championship, and you're able to execute like that against this quality of a defense. Man, that is a great job by the coordinator and the quarterback being in sync and putting together a heck of a drive.
The defense has stopped him short. Big play, still a 10-point margin here. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. This is a squib kick right to one of the blockers on the return team. The coverage team brings him down in the final play of this first half. Minutes going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. Looks like they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. Oh, the onside kick is recovered, and the gamble pays off. And Miami offense is back on the field. Here's a quick throw off the play fake. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
That's another accurate throw by this quarterback. And Chris, when we did our prep to get ready for the national championship, we all knew that this quarterback potentially could have a big day. But I didn't expect him to get into this kind of zone. This guy cannot miss. Just having one of those dream performances.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Offense looking to throw the ball. On the run here. Lets it go. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag. Doesn't get it. Brings up third down. Urgency now for the offense that hates to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. Caught in the backfield. It's Richardson. Take it down, but not before he makes the first down.
Boy, the defense missed an opportunity here, put a lot of pressure on this offense. They allow them to convert. They could have got them to fourth down with the lead that they have. Boy, this could have been a knockout punch.
Looking to scramble. Launching one to the end zone. Touchdown for the U. This offense cannot be stopped. That's a crucial score. Let's see if they can build momentum and complete this comeback.
Well, I know they're still trailing, but that score is a great first step in trying to break down this lead. You don't want to leave it all to the fourth quarter when the pressure really intensifies and you have limited time.
And the extra point was up and good. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. And the Virginia Tech offense is back out on the field. They reached the end zone the last time out, trying to do the same thing here. Quick throw to the left. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up second down. Pre-snap motion from the offense. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. That's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 29.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. Gets so locked in on the ball, attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Well, it's third down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another first down for this offense.
Makes a quick catch. And a big game before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Well, he continues to have time to throw the football, and he makes his defense pay for it. Now, they realized coming into this game they had to take away his ability to throw the football downfield, but it's the receivers and their plays after the catch that's really giving them a hard time.
The Hokies will try to keep this drive moving. Here's some pre-snap movement in the backfield. First down, looking to throw the ball. Quick completion to the tight end. Finding space at the 20. And he takes it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Hokies. See if they can convert the point after. And the extra point gives them a double-digit lead. Kickoff team is on the field. See if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. And here's the fair catch by the return man. And the Hurricanes offense retakes the field. They were able to punch it in the end zone last time, looking to do the same thing here to see if the defense can make adjustments. First down, looking to throw the football. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up second down. The receiver's got it on the jet sweep. They'll bring him down right at the 30-yard line.
Discipline, discipline, discipline. That's the key to this defense right now. Great job against the jet sweep of staying out wide and not giving that receiver much room at all.
So ball at the 30. This is a manageable third down play for the offense. The quarterback's got it on the option. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, that's what we call assignment football by the defense. They took away the back inside, and there's a perfect play to be able to stop an athletic quarterback on the option.
Talk about aggressive. The head coach keeping the offense on the field inside their own 30. And he's throwing for it on fourth down. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. And the pass is incomplete, but the defender a little too aggressive here. That should result in a first down. So first and 10, that's a costly mistake by the defense on fourth down. Again, thrown out of the RPO, and it's complete. Defense reacts quickly, a very short gain on the play.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
And the wideout goes in motion. One back in the backfield, and he'll get the carry. Inside the 10. That's a big game before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. It makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Quarterback finds a target on the right. It's complete. They bring him down to the 25. They're moving closer and closer to the red zone. The Canes starting a new series here on first and 10.
Chris, a great ability by this quarterback to get outside of the pocket and place the football right where it needs to be for the first down.
Tackle, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of it.
Here's the handoff on first and goal. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Off the loss, it's second and goal from the 11. Quarterback making some changes at the line. second down. We're going to throw it. He bought some time. Now lets it go. Touchdown, Canes. Strong game by this quarterback. That's a crucial response by this offense, but still plenty of work to do here in the third quarter.
I love that they're still fighting and competing. You can tell they've made some adjustments at half and trying to get them back into this game. And that score is a great start.
PAT up and good to get a little bit closer. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. Return starts just inside the end zone. And they tackle him at the 8. The offense starts backed up on this possession. And the Virginia Tech offense is back out on the field. They punched it in the last possession. Can they do it again, or will this defense make some adjustments to get a stop? One man in the backfield, and he'll get the football. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Second down after that previous play. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Runner scoots out of bounds after gaining decent yards.
Well, heck, if they hadn't dug themselves such a big hole, what a positive play here. Using that jet motion and that touch pass to pick up some huge yards and giving them a chance anyway of trying to come up with a first down.
We're going to throw for it on 3rd and short. Snags a quick throw. They've got him, but that completion good enough for first down yardage. The Hokies come to the line in the hurry up.
Hey, I don't blame the defense here at all, Chris, for bringing the blitz. It's 3rd down and short. You got to get pressure on the quarterback, but you got to tip your cap to this quarterback. I think he was anticipating the blitz, so he's able to get the ball out of his hands quickly and pick up the first down.
Pick up enough yardage to get a fresh set of downs. And the motion by the back now forces the defense to adjust. Breaking free at the 35. They bring him down, but that gain moves the ball all the way to the 31.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
Pitches to the back. Sophomore with a strong tackle there. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. They're going to run it here. The pickup is 4. Sets up a 3rd and 6 now.
Well, the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
An important 3rd down attempt for this offense. Here's the handoff. Gain moves the ball to the 21 and a fresh set of downs.
Boy, as a head coach, you preach fourth quarter offense all year long, and the importance of being able to finish out a game. This is a great example. They have secured this football, this drive. They've been able to convert on 3rd downs, and they keep moving this clock. This is a clinic on how to run a 4-minute offense.
Quarterback delivers complete to the right side. And they finally tackle him down at the 1. Big gain in the pitch and catch.
Well, it's so easy to get caught up in the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. Forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
I love the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. but the execution was a little bit lacking on that one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board on that call.
It's a second and goal play for the offense. There's some pre-snap movement, back in motion. Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, Virginia Tech.
As a defensive coordinator, you've got to be careful being so worried about this pass game and this quarterback that you're a little bit soft up front and it costs you. It's exactly what happened here as they scored this touchdown.
Extra point, up and good. A double-digit lead now here in the fourth quarter. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. And the fair catch signaled for and taken. And here comes the Miami offense back out onto the field. They really had the defense off balance in the last possession, mixing the run and pass extremely well. He'll throw it now. Receiver makes the grab. The stop made at the 45, but enough for a first down. Cage hustled to the line to run the hurry up.
Hey, it's a nice game here, and they get the first down to stop the clock. But late in the game, trailing by a couple scores, these receivers have got to be thinking about getting out of bounds as often as they can to preserve that clock, to give them a real shot to come back to win it.
Incompletion makes it second down. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Testing the defense with a throw downfield. Catch made down inside the 20. And they'll bring him down, but this offense creates a huge chunk play. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long. Caught behind the line. It's Hairston. Brought down at the 5 after the completion. Defense getting pushed back.
Boy, this receiver in the slot is giving this defense all kinds of problems. He has another catch on the day. You may want to adjust out, get out of your base, maybe try 5 or 6 defensive backs on the field, somebody that can match up more athletically against this slot receiver.
He powers into the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricanes. That was an enormous touchdown. They're still behind, but it's a one-possession game, national championship on the line.
Yeah, the offense did their job to make this thing interesting. Now their opponent. What will their opponent do? Are they going to try to kill a clock? Are they going to just try to run the football? Are they going to get aggressive and throw and try to score themselves? Still, a lot can happen here in these closing minutes.
Kickoff team on the field getting set now. Fields it just outside the goal line. To be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the Hokies offense is back out on the field. Looking to throw now on first down. Defense is coming after him. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down.
You know, I talk to defensive coordinators all over the country, and they're quick to point out the term affecting the quarterback. They kind of almost get offended when you want to talk to them about sacks. Sometimes it's just about getting into his face, affecting his vision. It's exactly what they did right here.
Going again on 2nd and 10. The pocket breaking down. They'll actually lose yardage after the catch. The defense all over him that time.
The offensive line does everything they can to try to protect the quarterback, to give him enough time to find an open receiver. But there's nobody there downfield. He ends up throwing it to the back. How about the speed of this defense? Now you're looking at a third down.
Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. Looking right, this one caught. He stopped short of the marker, so it's 4th down now. The Hokies will hustle to the line to crank the tempo. 4th down, he's throwing for it. And looking for a big play here. The deep shot is caught for a big game.
Oh, the defense blows an opportunity. You get them to 4th down, a chance to get the ball back to your offense, and instead it's a 1st down, and now this one could be over.
Quick pass, here comes a jet sweep. The junior able to bring him down quickly. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. They'll work the clock here with the running game. They get him down, but the game moves the ball to the +40.
You know, all week the defensive coordinator told us about the quarterback, he told us about the receivers and how they're going to throw the football. But man, they better get locked in on stopping this run game because that was a big-time game.
The Hokies are going to keep this drive rolling. So the clock stops as we head into the final 2 minutes of play here. This defense needing to step up and make a play now. You set it down to the offense. 1st and 10. DB is looking to jam the receivers at the snap. The gain is 3 yards. Brings up a 2nd down and 7. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. 2nd down after that run on the previous play. And there's the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Dropping back, we're going to throw for the 1st down. Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the ball. That's a big 3rd down defensive play.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on 4th down.
Leading here late in the game, they'll keep the offense on the field, trying to keep possession and stretch the lead. Drops back, looking for a 4th down conversion. Oh, and it's incomplete. It's a turnover on downs. Crucial moment late in this game.
Boy, interesting call to me, Chris. With the lead, a chance to maybe settle for a field goal, make it a 2-possession game. Instead, the aggressive approach. Now you give your opponent a chance to get back in this game.
And now the defense decides to spend a timeout to regroup a bit. 1st down here for this offense. Looking out throwing here to start the drive. Short pass finds the tight end. And he's out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice game. Love to see the big man get his touches.
That completion makes it 2nd and medium. There's the snap. They'll set up the throw. On the run here, lets it go. And the sophomore QB with an inaccurate throw threw it behind his man.
Well, this is it. Late in the game, really tight situation. This is what separates a good quarterback from a great quarterback. Can he come up with the play to keep this drive alive?
Offense are going to keep the drive going here. 3rd and short now from the 44. Different pre-snap look from the linebackers now. Grab behind the line, it's Richardson. Now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here. score. They're going to go for it on fourth down. They need to convert. He'll drop back. He's moving out of the pocket now. Looking for his big tight end. It's complete. That's enough for a first down. Brought down to the 47, and that will move the sticks. The Hurricanes come to the line to start a fresh set of downs.
Well, I'll tell you what, this guy's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. And here we are, late in the game. He needs to continue to play with that consistency. That's a great example that he's up to.
Choosing to just throw the ball away that time. Second down play now coming up. They'll change the pre-snap look now. And the QB will try again on 2nd and 10. Well, this pass is on target, caught. And smart choice, he'll step out of bounds to stop the clock. That's good execution.
This is why offenses drill down on the 2-minute drill year-round. You want to have quarterbacks and wide receivers completely dialed in on down and distance, and especially the clock. You got to get out of bounds when you can to preserve it. They do a really good job of that right here.
He pulls in the catch.
Another big game by this wide receiver. This guy has had a great year all season long. You knew coming into the national championship he'd have a shot to make a lot of big plays. But give credit to the offensive coordinator, moving him around, allowing him to find space to do work.
They're moving the receiver now before the snap. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Bringing pressure. On the run, he'll let it go. Touchdown, Miami. To take the lead in the final minute. Another touchdown strike. You win national championships with your lead quarterback play. And Kirk, this guy's putting on a show.
I mean, this is a national championship. You imagine having this kind of performance? This is something that we'll always remember. Right now, this defense is overmatched with his ability to throw the ball and the receivers' jobs of running routes. Everything's in sync right now.
BT up and good. The lead is 4 here in the final quarter. So after the late score, they'll kick it off and hope the defense can hold up and preserve this lead. So no return on this one. Ball just bounces into the end zone for a touchback. And the Virginia Tech offense is back out on the field. Here we go. Crucial situation. They've got time to run a few plays. The defense can't just back off here and play too passive. Looks left and finds his target there. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Trying to create outside the pocket now. Goes to his right side there for the completion. And he steps out of bounds. A heads-up play to stop the clock.
Well, Chris, just like this in the fourth quarter, you're working this 2-minute drill. It's a one-possession game. Every single time you can get first downs and out of bounds. That's exactly what you do to want to move the ball down the field and eventually put it into the end zone.
Looking to throw it on first down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And he's tackled after the catch. They'll crank up the tempo here with the clock ticking down. Second down. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. A short completion to the tight end. And the offense will spend a timeout. Just 14 seconds left on the clock.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice game.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it here. Look at the time in the pocket. Finally delivers to the left. Very nearly intercepted. That would have been it. They got one final chance here on 4th down. Now one possession in the fourth quarter, and the offense is going to try to convert here on 4th down. crucial play here. They go to the air. Wow, back-to-back deep shots. The ball falls to the ground, and we have a national champion. They're the last team standing at the top of the mountain, Kirk, national champions.
Well, it's been so much fun to watch this team play all year long. They've had some challenging moments. They've been able to overcome them. And how fitting, a close game in the national championship. They come through one more time. And as you say, they hold the trophy. They are the national champions of the year.
Well, that's it. Dramatic punctuation to another outstanding season of college football. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. They are official, your kings of college football and national champions, the Miami Hurricanes.